afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Story Time at the library. My name is Betsy, and it's going to be so much fun to read some stories to you today. Today, we're going to be reading stories about elephants.
How come you have those on your
Because I like stickers. Our first story today is Little Elephant, and that's by Tana Hoban. Let's open it up. It's got a great elephant color to it. I am a little elephant.
Did you know elephants cannot climb trees?
This is my mother.
Did you know elephants cannot climb trees?
She lets me play in the water. This is a playing elephant. Oh, first one toe, then two. It must be hard to get into the water. A big splash. Lots of bubbles. Up goes my trunk. Swing it around.
Did you know when elephants take a water bath?
Under I go. Can you see me?
What's out?
Can you see the elephant?
Yeah.
Yes. Here I am. Time to get out. This is hard. Oops. Oh, poor elephant. Can I make it? Yes, I can. Hurry now. Where is my mother? Oh, where is she? Waiting for me. There she is.
Do you know what? When elephants go in the water and they go in their trunk, they squirt it out.
That's right. Elephants have trunks.
They
Let's try another elephant story.
Like this.
Here's our next story. This book is called The Way Home, and it's by Judith Benet Richardson.
I can see it.
Do you see something on the cover of this tree,
I don't see
of this book?
it.
There's something yellow. You're right, you're right. And this is a special kind of tree. It's a banana tree. Okay, I'll hold it up nice and tall so everyone can see. Savi went down to the beach with her mother. Okay, remember, Nicholas?
I went to the beach one day.
They splashed and rolled in the water. Then Savi played with her little boat. There it is. Her mother cooled off in the shade of a banana tree and ate bananas. She rolled her big body from side to side in the sand. Savi stayed in the water. The hot sun slid down and made long shadows stretch out in front of the banana trees. You see it now?
I can see the shadows.
The shadows are a little light. They're a little hard to see.
I see the mama's ass.
Now it's time to go home, rumbled Savi's mother. Savi sucked in another trunk full of water. Time to go home, grumbled her mother more loudly. Savi squirted water into her boat to see if it would sink. Time to go home, trumpeted her mother. No, 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 squealed Savi, waving her trunk back and forth. No, no, no. And she stayed as far out in the water as she could. Her mother stamped her feet and trumpeted, but Savi did not come.
He's supposed to listen to his mother.
That's right, Regina. So the big elephant turned around and walked off through the long shadows of the banana trees.
Mom, Savi's not going to marry me.
The sun went down a little farther. Savi came out of the water and lay on her towel. She began to feel cold and hungry. A star appeared in the sky.
I can see the star.
Then Savi saw a pale shape in the grass. Was it the new moon lying there? Was it an elephant's toenail? Regina, could you sit down all the way, please? Thank you. No, it was a banana. I see the banana.
I do. I see the red
There it
bird,
is.
a red
That's right. Savi picked it up. As she did, she saw another banana just beyond the first banana.
field.
And beyond it, another. And beyond that, still another. It's an elephant's track, right? Savi followed the banana trail, eating as she went.
Her mom goes.
When she got to the end of the trail and all the bananas were gone, there was her mother. Savi ran to her. Her mother did that, you're right. Savi looked up and saw high over her mother's head one last banana. She stretched and stretched her trunk, but she could not reach it. Please pick the last banana for me, she said. That banana is the moon, said her mother. It will help us to see our way home. Savi curled her trunk around her mother's tail, and they went home through the trees. That's like holding hands for elephants, and that's the way home.
I can't see anything because that light is gone.
Oh, no. Well, that's okay. You can just look over here. I have some poems about elephants, and they're from this book. It's called Read Aloud Rhymes for the Very Young.
Elephant one.
That's right, because we're going to have lots of elephant stories today. Regina, could you sit all the way down? Because some of your friends in back of you are having a little trouble seeing the stories. But now we're going to try a poem. Do you remember how Savi held on to her mom's tail so that they could go home together? Here's a poem. It's all about elephants, and it's called Holding Hands. Elephants walking along the trails are holding hands by holding tails. Trunks and tails are handy things when elephants walk in circus rings. Elephants work and elephants play, and elephants walk and feel so gay. And when they walk, it never fails. They're holding hands by holding tails. And that's holding hands. That's right.
It's holding hands for them.
That's right. It's holding hands for them.
But holding hands for us.
Can everyone hold up both of their hands? Let's count some fingers together. Let's start with one, okay? That's a good place to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Now you can hold your hands back up again. And we can do a little rhyme with your hands and all your fingers. I have 10 fingers, and they belong to me. I can make them do things. Would you like to see? I can make them into little balls and make them run and hide. You can do it too. I can wiggle them up high. I can wiggle them down low. I can put them all together and fold them in my lap, just so. Oh, that's very good. Next I have a song, and it has some silly words in it. Can everyone say Willoughby?
Willoughby.
Can everyone say Wallaby?
Wallaby.
Oh, that's hard. Can everyone say Willoughby Wallaby? You're all ready to sing our song. Great, because those are some of the words. And it's a Willoughby Wallaby song that has some kids' names. And what kind of animal do you think's in this story?
Elephants.
You're right.
We're elephants, still kids.
And you can sing along with this song. I bet you'll figure out how the tune goes, because it's pretty easy. Let's all listen. Can we put on our listening ears?
This is the raffing.
Okay, listen to this. Willoughby, wallaby, woo, an elephant sat on you.
I know.
Willoughby, wallaby, wee, an elephant sat on me. Ow! Willoughby, wallaby, Rebecca, an elephant sat on Rebecca. Willoughby, wallaby, Warley, an elephant sat on Charlie. Charlie, poor Charlie. Willoughby, wallaby, Wham, an elephant sat on Sam. Willoughby, wallaby, Woozen, an elephant sat on Susan. Oh, poor Susan. Can you wave your elephant trunks? Do that you sing along. Do. Sing along with the song. Willoughby, wallaby, woza, an elephant sat on Rosa. Willoughby, wallaby, Warlow, an elephant sat on Charlo. Willoughby, wallaby, Wally, an elephant sat on poor Wally. Oh no! Willoughby, wallaby, Watt, an elephant sat on Scott. Oh, poor Scott. Willoughby, wallaby, Westman, an elephant sat on Justin. Willoughby, wallaby, Wally, an elephant sat on Sally. Oh. Wave your trunks.
I'm just gonna go that way.
Oh no, don't get me wet.
I'm gonna get everybody wet.
Oh no. Willoughby, wallaby, wearing an elephant sat on Aaron. Willoughby, wallaby, whoa, an elephant sat on John. Willoughby, wallaby, Wesley, an elephant sat on Leslie. Willoughby, wallaby, Mark, an elephant sat on Mark. Willoughby, wallaby, Wayne, an elephant sat on Nancy. Willoughby, wallaby, one, an elephant sat on us. Are you ready to wave? Wave your trunks.
I'm gonna squirt you.
Oh no, don't squirt me.
I just squirt you. I'm for you.
Very good. Did you like the Willoughby Wallaby song?
Yeah.
You can remember that for later.
Guess what?
Sit down.
A cousin named Scott.
You do?
A cousin named Mark.
That's great. Our next story.
I'm
Okay,
Aunt
let's
Leslie.
let's listen to this book. This book is called
We got that book from the
Just a
library
Little
We got
Bit.
that book. We got that book from the
That's
library
great.
once.
This is by Anne Tompert, everybody.
What is this? And I see another elephant one.
Yep.
What is this?
Here it is, just a little bit. And I might need a little bit of help from you when we're reading this story. Elephant and Mouse were in the park playing on the slides and swings. Elephant said, "Let's try the seesaw." Ooh, that sounds like fun. Elephant sat on the downside of the seesaw. Mouse climbed to the very edge of the upside. But nothing happened.
We need 100.
Push down, urged Elephant. Push down. Mouse pushed down against the board as hard as he could. Still, nothing happened.
Elephant was too heavy.
You are so right. Along came Giraffe. "Let me help you," she said. Giraffe walked up the board and sat next to Mouse. Nothing happened. Elephant's end of the seesaw stayed on the ground. Mouse's end stayed in the air. "You need just a little more help," said Zebra, trotting up the seesaw, and nothing happened. Elephant still stayed on the ground. Mouse still stayed in the air. "You need just a little bit more help," said Lion, and she pranced up the seesaw. And nothing happened.
They have to walk back and forth.
"Everyone together now," urged Elephant. "Push down." Mouse, Giraffe, Zebra, and Lion pushed down with all their might. And nothing happened.
They have to put it in the middle.
By then a crowd had gathered around to watch. "I need just a little bit more help," Elephant called out to them.
The elephant's too heavy. The elephant's too big.
"Let me see what I can do," said Bear, as he lumbered up the seesaw toward them. Mouse, Giraffe, Zebra, and Lion grunted and groaned and grimaced as they pressed down on the board with every last bit of their strength. And nothing happened. "Oh no," moaned the crowd. "Who will help me just a little bit more?" Elephant called out to the crowd. "How about me?" said Crocodile. "And me," said Mongoose. "I'll join the party," called Monkey from the banana tree overhead. She swung down onto Ostrich's head. Crocodile, Mongoose, Monkey, and Ostrich climbed onto the seesaw, one at a time. Right there. And nothing happened. "Oh no," moaned the crowd again.
Why?
"He'll never get off the ground," said someone in the crowd. "Push down, push down," urged Elephant. Mouse, Giraffe, Zebra, Lion, Bear, Crocodile, Mongoose, Monkey, and Ostrich grunted and groaned and grimaced as they all pushed down on the board as hard as they could. And nothing happened. "They'll never do it," said someone in the crowd. "Let's go." The onlookers had started to move away when a small brown beetle flew down from the sky. For a moment, it hovered above the seesaw. Then it flew straight to Mouse and landed on his head.
I don't know what to do that.
Down, down, down to the ground went Mouse and the rest of the animals. "Every little bit helps," Elephant trumpeted from the top of the seesaw.
They did it.
"Hooray, hooray, hooray!" cheered the crowd. With Elephant on one side and Mouse, Giraffe, Zebra, Lion, Bear, Crocodile, Mongoose, Monkey, Ostrich, and the small brown beetle on the other, they all went up and down, while the crowd cheered and clapped.
I knew they did.
Thank you, little brown beetle. And that was just a little bit.
I'm too tired.
Oh, my heavens.
I'm too tired.
Does anyone have a pet?
No.
Well,
I have a dog.
let's listen to this story. It's called Daddy, Could I Have an Elephant?
But they should get a big house for the elephant.
There's Daddy. Could I have an elephant?
Big one.
And look, there's old. There's Daddy.
Big one. This big.
Daddy, said Tony, I need a pet. You do? Said his father. Yes, said Tony. What kind? Said his father. Could I have an elephant? Said Tony. An elephant? Said his father. Where would you keep it? Here, in the apartment, said Tony. How would you feed it? Where would it drink? It could drink out of the bathtub, said Tony. We could send out for Chinese food. See, this is what he's thinking about. And the elephant's saying, I always have trouble with chopsticks. Dad says, it comes with practice. What if it got lonely, said his father. Elephants live in herds. We could get another elephant to keep it company, said Tony.
Another.
They could play cards, have some snacks.
Have a drink.
How would we move the elephants up here to the 3rd floor, said his father. Like pianos, said Tony. Pull them on ropes. Ooh, I don't think the elephants would like that too much.
Yeah, because he couldn't fit in the window.
You anticipated the next page. I don't think elephants would fit through the window, said his father. We could try, said Tony.
But there's a bird on his.
Right. What if they got stuck, said his father. People would talk about us. What would they say, said Tony.
They would pull them. They would pull all them night.
They'd say that we're that family with the elephants sticking out of the windows. Well, how about a pony, said Tony. A pony could walk up the stairs. What would you do with it, said his father. I'd gallop around the apartment and jump over the furniture, said Tony. It would leave hoof marks, said his father.
They should get big.
I'd like to have a python, said Tony, 20 feet long. Where would you keep it, said his father. Some of it on the sofa, said Tony, and the rest of it on the chairs. A flock of woolly sheep would be nice, said Tony. They could keep us warm at night. Sheep go baa when you're trying to sleep, said his father. Not if they're asleep too, said Tony. We could give them a definite bedtime. What if they woke up early, said his father. Gorillas would be fun, said Tony. They could go out the window and climb up and down the side of the building. What if they decided to climb in somebody else's window, said his father. Woo! I think they would get a big surprise. A parrot would be a good pet, said Tony. Somebody to talk to. Parrots screech, said his father. What about a quiet bird, said Tony. I'd like a flamingo and maybe a pelican. Flamingos and pelicans like beaches, said his father. Turn around, honey, and sit down. That's a girl. We could put sand in my room and a palm tree, said Tony. Flamingos and pelicans need to be warm, said his father. We could close all the windows and turn up the heat, said Tony. Expensive, said his father. I know what, said Tony. What, said his father. We could fill the living room with water. And then, said his father, we could get a dolphin, said Tony, and a baby whale. Both, said his father. All the kids from school could come over and swim with the dolphin and the baby whale, said Tony. Then they could sit on the sand under the palm tree and have a picnic. His father didn't say anything. I'd make the sandwiches, said Tony, and I'd help clean up. Tony and his father were quiet for a while. Maybe we should get something small, said Tony. What could that be, said his father.
A turtle.
Puppies are small, said Tony. Just what I was thinking, said his father. Puppies are small. Could we get one? Said Tony.
I have a puppy.
Maybe we could take a look this afternoon, said his father. What about this morning? Said Tony.
What's your puppy's name?
It's possible, said his father.
Duncan.
What about now? Said Tony.
That's a silly name.
Now is good, said his father.
Dunkin' Donuts.
And they
That's what
went
my grandfather
out
said.
the door. And look, there's Tony's new puppy. And that's from the book called Daddy, Could I Have an Elephant?
No.
Oh well, I guess a puppy was good instead. Well, thank you all so much for coming to hear stories at the library today.
I'm too tired.